हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू मास्टर ऑफ बायोलॉजी। आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे एनिमल फिजियोलॉजी की एक बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट टॉपिक के बारे में, दैट इज़ द स्ट्रक्चर एंड फंक्शन ऑफ ब्लड। सो इसमें हम ब्लड के स्ट्रक्चर और फंक्शन को डिटेल में डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। सबसे पहले हम ब्लड के कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे कि ब्लड में कौन कौन से कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, और उसके बाद उन जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स होते हैं ब्लड के, उनका क्या क्या फंक्शन होता है। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं हम आज का वीडियो। जो हमारे पास, अगर हम ब्लड की बात करें तो ब्लड इज़ अ टाइप ऑफ कनेक्टिव टिश्यू दैट परफॉर्म डिफरेंट फंक्शंस इन अवर बॉडी एंड इट फ्लोज in blood vessels, and it is responsible for performing different functions like transportation of gases, that is the oxygen and carbon dioxide, the transportation of waste products, and the transportation of nutrients, as well as it helps in removing toxins from the body. It also play a very important role in preventing our body from different diseases that are caused when different pathogens and different disease causing agents invades our body. So blood makes up about 6 to 8% of our total body's weight, and in normal adult the blood volume is about 5 liter. And the blood is made up of cellular material in the liquid form, that is known as plasma, and the rest constituent of the blood is the blood cells that constitute the solid portion of the blood. There are three different types of blood cells: red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Red blood cells are also known as erythrocytes, white blood cells are also known as leukocytes, and the platelets are also known as thrombocytes. And these blood cells are suspended uniformly in the liquid portion, that is plasma. So we will not go through formation of blood because this is as important and descriptive topic as well. So we will discuss this topic in another separate video. Okay, so we will jumping on the composition of blood. The blood is made up of cells that are suspended in the liquid that is known as plasma, we have already discussed. And this plasma that you can see here in this test tube, the yellowish color structure is the plasma, and this is the liquid portion, and it constitutes about 55% of the total blood. And this plasma is made up of 90% water and the rest of other compounds, and then the 10% constitutes other compounds like proteins, lipids, carbohydrates, amino acids, antibodies, hormones, electrolytes, base salts, and ions. Okay, so the rest 45% of the remaining blood volume is occupied by the blood cells. And among the blood cells, the most abundant blood cells are the red blood cells that constitute about 99% of total blood cells, and the white blood cells and the platelets constitute about 1% of the portion of total blood cell. And each type of blood cells perform a different function, and we will discuss in detail in one by one in our next slides. First of all, we are going through red blood cells, also known as erythrocytes, and these are the most abundant cells that are found in the blood. And if we talk about in a microliter of the blood, there are about 4 to 6 millions of red blood cells. These are formed in the bone marrow, and the matured form does not have any nucleus. Its shapes on maturation is the biconcave disc-like structure, and its diameter is about 6 to 8 micrometer. Lifespan is about 120 days, and the hemoglobin, that is iron protein, and the red pigment that imparts the red color to the RBCs as well as the blood is found in the RBCs. Hemoglobins is a pigment, and this also iron protein that carries oxygen from the lungs to the rest of the body, and the carbon dioxide bind it to the RBC, and the carbon dioxides are binded to the RBC and is taken to the lungs, that's to be exhaled outside the body. Now, white blood cells, these are also known as leukocytes, and these are the largest sized blood cells, and in a microliter there are about 4500 to 11,000 leukocytes. So these are also formed in blood, bone marrow, and also although some white blood cells are also formed in the lymph glands. These are the primary cells of the immune system, and these fights against diseases and the foreign invaders that invade our body and that cause serious diseases inside our body. And these contain nuclei with DNA, unlike those of RBCs, and the shape depends upon the types of the cells and the function they perform. So some white blood cells produce antibodies, and the lifespan is about 24 hours to several years, and the size is about 820 micrometer in diameter, and there are 5 different types of white blood cells, that is neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, lymphocytes. And finally the clot formation cells that leads to the formation of clot, and this clot prevents excessive blood loss when our body meets an injury. Okay, so these are also known as thrombocytes because these are the cells that are responsible for the formation of clot and by a process known as coagulation, and this process is also known as thrombosis. That's why this thrombocyte name is given to them. So these are also formed in the bone marrow, and these are basically the fragments from the cytoplasm of the megakaryocytes, and these megakaryocytes leads to the formation of platelets, and these platelets are basically the part of megakaryocytes, and these are the smallest known blood cells, and its diameter is about 1 to 4 micrometer, and shape can be round, oval, or sometimes they appear spiky. Its lifespan is about 8 to 12 days. As I already told you that these platelets are involved in the clotting process, and it also seals wounds and prevent blood loss. It also helps repair the damaged blood vessels, and these platelets stain bluish and reddish color on staining. This was all about the structure and function of the blood cells, and that's the end of today's video. We will see you in your next video. Till then, goodbye.